Pre-season is underway. Samson Ryan in the ruck. Viney telegraphed it down beautifully. And the entry inside forward 50, gobbled up by Gibcus. Another great story. Michael Barlow did not play a game in 2023. Raking kick inside forward 50. Bolter did very well. Got rid of May.
Well, it was chasing his tail a bit to get out and set up defence. So on that particular play, he'd rotated. And that might have just caught them on the hop a little bit as Bolter puts it through the big sticks.
Yeah, gets there first, 1-1-7. He's still well in front, 5-1-31, but he's too strong in that exchange. And Bolton's had a fair bit of it. Bolter again, this time he's had the better of Tomlinson. That was the kick he was trying a little earlier. This time it was definitely on to Kajitsky, top of the square.
It's like golf, he just got the cider earlier.
We'll just see this kick from Kajitsky. So a couple in a row. McIntosh on Billings, it wasn't paid, and the D's are going to come away with it again through Neil Bullen. It was just a half and half kick, wasn't it? Chandler was in front, and Bolter did well to pressure May, and Green was able to cut across behind McVee. Oh, that's great use. Steely Green, third round pick he was traded for from Hawthorn. Starts that right. Does he get it to come back? He does. So 2 in a row for Kajitsky. This new forward 50 pairing. Hopper squares it up to Graham. Short. You'd expect he'll make the distance, no problems here. And they've kicked 4 in a row now, the Tigers. Short gets there first of the second quarter. Inside 50 on the bounce. Bolton, standing start from the 50. Well, that's 5 in a row now, and they've levelled it up. Voston and Brown. Laurie just didn't overcommit on the tackle, so down the line, the kick was in hope from Vlaston, and Pickett was up to the task. Distance won't be a problem. And neither will the accuracy. So he got there first, and that's his second. And for the first time this morning, the Tigers are in front. Kajitsky comes through to make sure that they do. Little nervous fumble there from Green, but he was able to get boot to ball in a hurry to Bolton, and they can do the 3-man weave into an open goal square. And it'll be Sonsi to finish it off. And now it's a 50-50 ball. Bolter, as it's squeezed out, he gets past one. From a tight angle, he snaps it through for his third. Steers it low. Off Howe's hands. Campbell got it to Bolton. He pings it through. Oh, May, a little bobble. Bolter bearing down. Bolton comes in to lend a hand. Took it away from May. Gets it back from Bolter on the skid. 2 in a row. That's 3 for Shea. Danger, danger. He's able to arc around. Spine option inside forward 50.
They set themselves up so well to not allow that on that occasion. There was time and space for the angled entry.
From 45, yet to make his debut, but pick 55 in the 2022 draft. Steely Green gets his first. Tomlinson almost a one-hander. He applies the tackle as the ball hits the deck. Campbell involved again. Short pushing up. Such a good user. Sits there. Did Green get a toe on it? He thinks he does and thinks he did, and so does David Roden.
They'll be playing to win and trying to build winning habits. Pickett takes a nice mark.
Melbourne have kicked 5 in the quarter. Rivers might have got one high. Could have been one for in the back there too against Tomlinson, and it will be to Campbell, I reckon it is too. So there's the 3-quarter time siren for their third in the quarter, and to get the lead back. Campbell on the runway. Good finish. That's a pretty good game, Michael Barlow. 12-8-80 Melbourne, Richmond 12-6-78. They'll go to 13-6-84 with a 4-point lead by McVee to just get some separation and get them down the line. Shaki was clean and a crisp little give to Neil Bullen, but Ross was sweating him, and Neil Bullen, that's holding the ball.
Some really good stories emerging.
Lever palmed it down. Howes, Kelty Lafau, does he get a toe to that? Yes, he does. Fighting for the last spot on Richmond's list. Gave it to Banks on the burst. Offhand, Steely Green, read it perfectly. Just maybe rushed the kick a little. Pickett gets rid of his defender in Lever, gets the kindest of bounces and saunters in point-blank range. Richmond have been able to make them pay pretty regularly. Kajitsky got a fair piece of that. Didn't complete it though. Dow, that is a good give to Bolton. And he's just exquisitely skilled, is Shea Bolton, and Rioli Jr., the recipient of that. Good distribution by hand from Thompson Dow, who they've been really happy with his summer. Morris Rioli Jr. looking to re-establish himself in the best 22 again at Tigerland.
Brought in the Richmond fullback defence.
Shallow throw in Ryan, tackled by Shaki and dispossessed him in the process. Petrarca, it's a good tackle from McAuliffe and he gets Petrarca. They reckon penetrating on the left. Naismith kept his feet. Bolton telegraphed it perfectly off hands and just caresses the kick out in front of Sonzi, who tumbles to complete the mark.
He just put it.
Has trained with the midfield all pre-season. Shea Bolton, they've still got weapons. That's a nice finish. Sonzi's got 2. The weight behind both of those clubs, Mick.
You'd think so.
So a healthy lead of 22 points. Again, Richmond go forward. Bouncing down is Banks on the right. Perfect.
Yeah, brilliant.
For Steely Green to every advantage that he needed. Melbourne win it back at halfback. Oh, McKelty Lafau. He's planted somebody like a tree with a fair bump, and that opens the door for Bolton. Sizes it up with very little daylight to work with, and you shouldn't be surprised. In the footies, there we are. So 4 quarters in the book of Match Simulation. 14-10-94. Melbourne kicked the first 5 goals of this. Richmond responded with 10 in a row and then pretty much held sway. Melbourne had a nice little period in the third where they kicked 5 unanswered. But after the 4-quarter match, a 23-point win to Richmond. And plenty of positives to take out for both teams, Mick.